Hey, YouTube family and GN subs. I hope you are off to a wonderful week. And we got some great updates for you. A new visa parole that is just breaking March 10th, available 2023. I'm going to also talk about a new component of the U and the T visa. A lot of good stuff on that. That's going to become available March 30th. A lot of great stuff to talk about, new TPS status, etc. For those of you who are new to the channel, it's funny. I give breaking news. I give breaking good news. And a lot of times in the comments, I get from individuals, this is like 2 weeks later, the information you provided, there's more to it. Yes, because I give breaking news and then I give updates the following week and the week after. So you have to subscribe to get the good news and to get the updates on the news that is breaking, okay? I appreciate your comments and keep them coming. You can always get me at hrg@graylaw.com. And we got so much to unpack today. Good stuff. Let's get at it. All right, the first bit of good news for the U and the T visa. I've been talking about this. This is a great way to get back in legal status to obtain a U or T visa, okay? U, T visa are for victims of crime. If you've been involved in a crime or you are subject to safety at your place of work, you can get one of these visas, okay? They're great. Once they're issued, they're good for 3 years. After 3 years, you're able to get a green card. You can file for permanent resident status. It doesn't even matter if you're out of status. If you're out of status, you can get into U or T status. If you have grounds of inadmissibility, you've been removed from the United States. Doesn't matter. You can get a U or T visa. It is wonderful. And I'm telling you, I'm doing more and more and more of these. They're becoming very popular. Immigration is adjudicating and issuing these. Now, what you need, and this is the important part of the U and T visa, you need a supplemental B form that is signed by an agency that's qualified to issue the supplemental B form, okay? I'll give you an example. For the U visa, it's a police department or investigative unit, some authority that knows you've been the victim of a crime. They will sign the supplemental B form. Well, as of March 30th, 2023, OSHA, Occupational Safety Health Administration, part of DOL, they can now issue the form. This is huge, folks. So if you are the victim in your workplace, working you long hours, not paying you minimum wage, etc., you can go to OSHA. They will start an investigation and they will issue the supplemental B form. That's going to be huge, folks. Hey, I put a link in the description box from USCIS regarding the U and the T visa and this new policy. Check it out. You heard it here first, and I'll keep you updated. I'll keep you updated on what's going on. All right. Next bit of good news. I talked about this before. Go to my previous video. The International Entrepreneur Parole. It's a new parole visa for entrepreneurs. As of March 10th, 2023, new policy. Immigration now will adjudicate these parole visas, okay? There's been a pause. There's been litigation. It's been back and forth. However, it's a go. As of March 10th, you can apply as an entrepreneur. So what do you need to know? You can obtain this visa in or outside of the United States. It's like a parole. You file a parole form. If you're in the United States, you can be in status or you can be out of status. That's really important. You're out of status, you can file. You must depart the U.S. and come in and pick it up. So if you have more than 6 months of unlawful status, be very careful on this, all right? But even if you're 2-3 months out of status, usually there's no option. You could do this. You can apply for this parole process, go out and come back in legally. All right, what are the requirements? That you are working with a startup company, right? It's a U.S.-owned company. It's a startup. It has to be started within a 5-year period. You need to have a central role within that startup. So you need skills that the startup needs to show rapid growth. All right, now you need to own at least 10% of the entity. 90% will be owned by U.S. qualified investors, okay? So the investment has to be made by a U.S. individual who owns 90% of the entity, at least 90% of the entity, must be, again, a qualified investor, or if you have a governmental or a state grant, that counts as the investment. You can get paroled into the U.S. as an entrepreneur. The purpose of this, to bring investment into the U.S., job growth. After COVID, we need to create jobs in the U.S. This is a way that immigration, new policy, is going to attract entrepreneurs to come to the United States. All right, for this new visa parole, I put a link in the description box below, 2 separate links. Check it out, go to it. It delineates all the requirements. All right, new guidance on K-1 visas after it's been approved by USCIS. New policies, I put a link in the description box below. You can go check it out, click on it, okay? So usually what happens is once your K visa is approved, it has a validity date. The validity date is 4 months. So you would think your foreign fiance has to enter the United States within 4 months, but guess what? That never happens, right? Once it's approved, it has to go to NVC, the National Visa Center. The National Visa Center then contacts the U.S. consulate and schedules an appointment. After COVID, you can't get an appointment within the 4-month period. So what happens to that petition? Consulates will renew it for up to 1 year. So don't worry if you're not receiving notice from NVC. In my experience, it's taking about 3 to 6 months to get the appointment after the approval of the K-1. So don't worry, the petition is still good. What I would advise you to do, bug NVC. See if USCIS has sent the approval K-1 petition to NVC and whether or not they are processing your interview. It's a great tip, all right, folks? All right, one last bit of good news for Nicaraguans. You heard it here first. Not even published yet. USCIS is going to designate Nicaragua under the TPS status. Good for them. A lot of Central Americans it's going to be helpful for. So, hey, you heard it here first. I'll give you updates in the subsequent update videos, all right? Hey, YouTube family and GN subs, thanks so much for watching GrayLaw TV. Click below, like, and subscribe. Go to my playlist. It is updated. You absolutely get wonderful updated information on how to file cases for free. Very organized. Check it out, all right? Thanks again. We'll see you next time.